No, because when I have the camera facing this way, I can't turn the mic on. What is that?
I thought it was
No. I can't tell. Hello?
In today's video, we will be exploring the abandoned Bronx State Hospital. Me and two other friends find a way in, and we get into more than we anticipated. What started out as a normal day turned into a whole 40-minute adventure. This hospital opened up in 1964, and it was the first hospital in 30 years. This hospital was split into 3 different parts. One was for admissions and for the patients who needed more intense care. Another was a children's facility where children with psychiatric disabilities would be housed. The last being the general area where the general population would be allowed in. I believe the hospital that we explored today was the general admissions part, but I'm not 100% certain on that. This place has been abandoned since the 1980s, which is crazy considering I was born in 2001. I believe the reason it was shut down was because of overcrowding and underfunding, so they had no choice but to shut their doors. They then opened up a building in between the abandoned buildings in order to have the actual facility in which they housed the mentally ill people. Me and my friends actually saw them on our way out, but we didn't want to record them due to their safety and respect. As you can see, we found a hole in the gate, and upon exploring just a slight bit more, we found this open door in which it was just as easy as walking through. You could tell how dirty and eerie this hospital is. The vibe it gave off definitely was abandoned. Even though there was workers on the first floor, I'm not sure what they were doing, but they definitely had some workers in that building. And it was crazy considering if you look inside of it, it doesn't look like there should be anybody in there. So much stuff here abandoned.
Yo, who that? He's standing in that spot.
He's coming. As you can see, as I'm looking at the tools, I hear Billy tell me, "Oh, hey, who's that?" And then as I look, I zoom in the camera, and then I see a man with a pull cart pulling some type of cart walking towards us. So we decide to just run.
That's a person.
We go inside this dark room to try to find a way to hide from him just until he manages to get away. We found this dark room inside of the dark room and decided to shut our lights off and sit there for a minute in order to wait for the man to pass by. For the time being, we definitely got away because there was no sign of this man from this point on, or at least for now. I think this will be a good time to mention. Me and my friends don't know where we're going at all. We don't know the layout of this hospital. We don't really know anything. We're just exploring and hoping that we don't get lost at this point. Keep this open. Hold this way. I'm gonna grab something. As you see, I'm telling them there, we don't know if this door closes. Once we close it, and then we'll be trapped on the other side. So I tell him we need to make sure that the doors stay open. So I grab whatever that canister is, and we put it in between the door, therefore preventing it from lock on us. As you can see, we do this method a lot, just because we don't know which doors lock once they close, and we don't want to be trapped in there. That would be really bad.
Yeah, for real. We're gonna have to keep these open. Wait, we're gonna have to keep these doors open. Wait. We going up and down.
We're not debating here if we want to go up or down. I thought we were going to go up because, down seems kind of scary. But my son Flashlight over here decided he wanted to go down. So, hey, let's go down.
Come through.
The history in this building alone is crazy. Considering that it hasn't been open for a very long time, since before I was even born. Like, you don't know what was going on in this mental hospital, man. Like, it's crazy.
So this is a mental hospital, right, boys?
Yeah.
There's a way out of here. Come. You spooked me out. You spooked me.
Come on, look. So there's three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 stairs.
Because there's so much to explore. As long as we don't go too far ahead, you see how we went over there, but we didn't go in the rooms, we should be fine.
I knew we had to be careful because you never know. Today could be the day that the ceiling decides it wants to just come in, or you step at the wrong spot and then all of a sudden you just fall through the floor. So I was just making sure I let my boys know, just be careful, because you never know what could be coming out on these floors, and this dirty roof is decomposing.
Oh, this looks like a shower. This is the shower. Oh, fuck. Oh, there ain't no bed. Looks like the bathrooms as well. Alright, let's keep looking over here. Be careful where you walk too, boys. Like, you see how this is like this? It could be a cave in and then we fall through the floor. So just be careful where you walk. I don't know if this is our first time doing something like this, but seriously, nah, we're gonna go there. Let's go. We just got the Diddy tunnels.
Here we was in a surprise because little didn't know we was about to walk into a room with freaking dirt. Not dirty. Well, yeah, I guess it is dirty because the whole building's dirty, but like just random food, like open food containers. I'm not sure if this was here when the hospital was here or if, you know, it's just been, you know, somebody's been squatting up here. But the fact that I didn't see any mold in that macaroni noodles makes me think that somebody was squatting up here and this is somebody's, like, I guess, kitchen because they got nowhere to stay. Just like the baby stroller. Like, there's a random baby stroller there. I doubt that was there when this was a mental hospital. This had to be somebody coming in afterwards trying to find some type of shelter.
Dirty. Look like clothes.
It's just still working.
Well, it was working.
Alright, let's take.
The thing is, I hate my fan because
Now, I'm pretty sure the same worker heard us because my friend was on the phone and he kind of made it hot. And the fact that we was on the second floor, he could hear us from the first. So we run away here because we got scared. And then we managed to run to a different floor.
Hey, go get a quote, bro.
We go up to the 7th floor here because we're like, all right, he's all the way on 1. There's no way he can hear us 6 floors up. I understand for maybe that corridor because, you know, it echoes in the hallway and shit. But again, you know, we're just trying to make sure we don't lock no doors behind us or we have a way out. Yeah, like I said, we go to the 7th floor, leave the door open, and now we're about to explore here.
You can't go that way. You gotta go this way.
either workers or someone. Not fast. My brother just about to smoke. Are you ready to leave?
We kind of stop here for a minute because my friend thinks that he sees something or hears something. So we just stop and decide to just wait a second because we're not trying to get caught at this point.
Yeah, they that was the benefit. They're coming up on 9 in the week.
That's that,
It's
right?
like, I can't even hear you now. I can't even see you. No, I'm cool. I'm good. I like the song. I mean, I'm bringing those podcasts. For Outlast. What happened? We went from 7 foot you gotta swallow that for me to do. Somebody gotta be sacrificed at the end. It's 3. It was supposed to be 4, but 2 of them. Back up today. Huh? 3. No, it was supposed to be 5. It was supposed to be 5. 2. So that's one. Then you got the roots up. And then this. Julie, want to try the roots up? Want to try it? No? I'm telling you, this is not. Because it needs to be roots.
Try to keep your voice down because your mouth is cut off.
Who that's name? It's basically abandoned type. It's empty, but you got people working, cleaning up stuff, this and that.
Don't touch these wires.
It's nice. Huh? Yeah. Like you said, machine? Like stuff that works and shit?
All the power's off.
So at this point, he grabs a big metal object so we could like hold the door open because he wants to have as much exits open as possible. Because just in case we have to run, you know, we should have multiple exits, you know, and know where we're going.
I'm pretty sure by law they have to burn all the files. You'll be lucky to find something.
Yeah. There's no place for those things. Oh, see, that's not follow.
Overtime.
You have to get paid.
Remember, maintain your battery too.
Now we decide to head up just a little more. We tried to get off a few exits, but there was blocked, so we had no choice but to get off on this floor, which I believe was number 10. Surprisingly about it all, it wasn't like spotless, of course, but it was the cleanest floor that we've been on so far. It's kind of actually scary to think, Besides some, clean stuff, we honestly didn't find nothing on that floor, so we decided, let's try to head back. It took us like about 20 minutes to get up here. Maybe it'll take us like 20 minutes to get down, So we head down the steps and, just pray for the best. At this point, I wasn't sure if the first floor door would be open because we were using a different exit. So I decided to, while we're going down, check which ones are open. I can see how this is open right here. Worst case scenario, 1 wasn't open. I would have walked back up to, I believe 2 was the closest one open. I would have just walked up to 2, try to find a different staircase, and then pray that exit on the first floor is open. Now it takes us a bit to walk down the steps, but we finally managed to do, and thankfully the first floor door is open, so we walk right through it.
Go first, left or right.
It was at this point right here that the guy leading decides that he wants to make a wrong turn. So we definitely got lost here. I just want you guys to know that. We don't know it yet, but we're about to get lost.
German food.
We gotta go back to this.
We had thought we found a different exit because we see this chair by the window, and obviously somebody used that chair to climb out the window. But the question is, where did it lead?
It's high jump.
I know, I'm trying to see if we can like hurry up because we slip up, we fucked.
But once we outside, we should be fine.
Hold it.
Close it.
You sure?
Yeah, there's no lock there.
At this point, we have no choice but to head back, follow our, retrace our steps. I don't know it yet, but we're actually kind of slow. There's been arrows and stuff pointing towards where you have to go in order to leave this whole time, which I think I said it to them in the video, but just in case I'm going to clarify it to you guys, I'm pretty sure there was somebody in there already, and they know it's confusing in that building, so they spray painted the ways to the exit, so therefore they won't get lost. And I was trying to use it to my advantage, but they was kind of scared. They didn't want to follow no random arrows, which I could understand. It could be a killer like, hey, come this way. And once you come that way, boom, they got you.
Arrows is here. Let's follow the arrows. No. Bro. There must have been people that people exploring this place and they left that so they could get out. It has to be.
So here's when I mentioned the arrow, and then my friend follows the arrow. I see that the door is locked, both there and then straight forward towards us. So I'm like, hey, I'm not going to go over there, especially because the big-ass window, and we're on the first floor. So my friend decided to look through the window, and he told me he saw a police officer sitting there. It kind of got us scared, so we're like, all right, now we got to get the fuck up out of here, because I'm not trying to get arrested. Here I decide to look in this box, and I see this paper. I'm not really able to read what was on the paper. It's probably like a book or something. But I could tell that it was burned in a fire. So there was definitely some type of fire in this building. Now I was kind of nervous because we were on the first floor. So we just like, all right, one flashlight. So I kind of shut my flashlight off here. So it's kind of hard to see the video, I understand. But we're just trying to get out here as safely as possible now. This right here is when I knew for a fact that the arrows were a good sign, because when I saw that home thing and I saw the arrow pointing that way, I was like, yeah, we're definitely going the right way. These arrows are 100% good. Now, at this point, the exit is straight ahead, but my friend heard the worker and the machine about where the exit was, so we had to try to find a different route. It's just when they started to argue because one of them was scared to get caught and the other just wanted to leave, so they had a little conflict. But you know, we decided to figure it out. We just have to sneak over this little door right here, and once we get through, we should be, you know, kind of scot-free here. We tried our best, but at this point, we had no choice but to sneak around the guard. So we kind of just had to, like, sneak around that little corner. But once we did it, we were definitely outside. So we were scot-free at that point. So as you see, I go. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, we good. And they trying to, like, bullshit. I'm like, well, still trespassing until you get past the gate. It's not the time to do this. We're not done yet. Let's finish. Then we can talk. But, you know, they wanted to just sit there like they had a job well done. The job isn't done yet, my friend. Job will be done now, actually. When my last man passes through that gate, the job was done.
Because you gotta remember, that area, so many shit is gonna make noise.
The funny thing is, well, not really funny, but
How was the experience, boys?
a police officer actually came up to us and asked us what we were doing there just about 2 minutes after we finished leaving the building. Thankfully, we were already outside when we got caught, so they had no evidence that we were in the building, so we didn't get arrested or anything. But that could have been bad. You know, it's just, it was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. I rate this 10 out of 10.